Stop everything and listen closely if you just bought a Mac Mini or if you're waiting for the perfect moment to upgrade your desk setup. You need to hear this right now because Apple is quietly preparing a power move that will shake the entire computer market. We're not just talking about a small update or a minor spec bump. We're talking about a tiny machine that takes the famous 2024 redesign and injects it with a level of graphical power that nobody saw coming. The M5 Mac Mini is on the way. Based on the latest leaks, this might be the best value computer ever created. This tiny box is going to become a massive problem for every other PC manufacturer on the planet. Let's start with the look of this new machine. If you were hoping for another wild redesign, you can stay calm. Apple finally gave the Mac Mini the facelift it deserved back in 2024. That was a huge deal because the design had not changed for nearly 15 years. They made it smaller and improved the cooling system. They also put the power button on the bottom. We know this is a very controversial choice. Some of you hate it, and some of you do not mind lifting the corner to turn it on. The reality is that Apple has no reason to change this design again so soon. It is compact and modern. For the M5 model, you should expect that same tiny footprint. The power button is likely staying exactly where it is. But once you hear what is happening inside this box, you probably will not care where the button is. The real story here is the silicon. This is where things get very interesting. The standard M5 chip is the heart of this beast. We have seen this chip pop up in rumors for the Vision Pro and the MacBook Pro already. On the CPU side, the gains are what you might call modest. We are looking at a 10 to 15% improvement over the M4 chip. The M4 is already ridiculously fast, so a 15% boost makes this thing a rocket ship for daily tasks. It will snap open apps and handle web browsing without breaking a sweat. However, the CPU is not the headline today. The real headline is the graphics. This is where Apple is pouring all its engineering magic. Even though it stays with a 10-core setup, the graphics performance is expected to jump by 45%. That is a massive leap for one generation. Usually, we only see small bumps in power. To get nearly 50% more speed means the M5 Mac Mini is a completely different animal for creative work. If you do video editing or 3D rendering, this entry-level machine will behave like a professional workstation. This change transforms the entire value of the base model. It is no longer just an office computer. It is now a legitimate tool for creators. We also need to talk about memory and storage. This is where Apple usually gets the most criticism from users. For the RAM, configurations are expected to stay familiar. You will likely see options for 16, 24, and 32 gigabytes. Having 16 gigabytes as the standard is the new normal for Apple, and it is plenty for most people. But storage is the big question. For years, the 256 gigabyte base storage has been a pain. It fills up too fast, and it is slower than the larger drives. In a world of 4K video, that feels very stingy. There's a very strong possibility that Apple finally pushes the base storage to 512 gigabytes. This would be a total game changer. It would finally match the demands of modern software and new AI features. If the base model starts at $599 with that much storage and that monster GPU, it is an instant recommendation for everyone. For the power users, the M5 Pro is where things get aggressive. Leaks suggest Apple is working on two versions of this chip. There is a 14-core version and a 16-core beast. Imagine 12 performance cores in a computer you can hold in one hand. That level of power is extreme. It is designed to chew through heavy music production and complex coding tasks. The RAM on the Pro model is also getting a big boost. We expect it to start at 24 gigabytes and go all the way up to 64 gigabytes. If you're a professional who needs to keep huge projects open, this is your machine. If the base model gets more storage, we might even see the Pro model start with a 1 terabyte drive. That is not guaranteed yet, but it would make sense for the Pro name. So when can you actually buy one? You have a bit of time to save your money. All the leaks and supply chain rumors point toward a release in June of 2026. This usually happens during the big Apple Developer Conference. If Apple sticks to their usual schedule, They will announce it on stage, and it will be available about a week later. Regarding the price, Apple is expected to hold the line despite everything getting more expensive. The base M5 Mac Mini should stay at $599. The Pro version will likely start around $1,399. Apple is not trying to reinvent the wheel here. They are just making the wheel spin much faster. In my honest opinion, the Mac Mini has always been the unsung hero of the Apple world. It does not have a built-in screen or the portability of a laptop, but offers the best bang for your buck. With the M5 generation, Apple is finally acknowledging that entry-level does not have to mean weak graphics. That 45% GPU jump is the most important part of this story. It opens up gaming and serious 3D work for a much lower price. It makes the machine ready for the future for many years to come. If you do not need a laptop, this is hands down the best computer you can buy for under $1,000. It is balanced and powerful. It is not just an upgrade. It is a consolidation of power. Let me know what you think about that power button in the comments. Is it a deal breaker for you? If you like the video, subscribe, share the video, and hit the bell icon like that.